Hello, Pre-AP English 3. So, I'm going to show you what we're doing today. This is what we were trying to do last week, but I got sidetracked a little bit. And I'm making this video for you now so that you guys can work asynchronously on this on Wednesday so that I can continue to grade and get a lot of things caught up. So, I want to walk you through what you're doing. First of all, the last time we were in our OneNote doing notes was when we were doing the historical context. So we did notes over historical context, and a lot of what is here came from that same area. And it might be like the same information, but we're going to look at it a little differently. So historical context, when we did those notes, is we're really looking at what is going on in history when we are looking at these early writings. And so we took notes over just what was going on in history over a good chunk of time, a couple hundred years. Well, maybe 150 years. So there was a lot of different kind of writing going on. And so the historical context notes that we've already done is really just looking at the history. Like what's happening in history. And now we're going to look at, okay, during that time period of history, and we're calling it early American, there's all these different kind of writings going on, and these different kind of writings have different kind of qualities. And so what our job is today is we're going to take some notes over those qualities, like how to identify that something is Native American, how to identify if something is from the early settlers, and how to identify like what makes something Puritan writing. So what I'm trying to show you today is we're using the textbook. This is stuff from the textbook that's going to help us identify qualities to look for in the writing styles that we're going to look at to help us identify what kind of writing this is. Because when we can figure out what kind of writing it is, it helps us to, one, take that writing and put it into historical context so we can understand like historically what's going on, as well as it helps us to understand who those writers were and what they want to represent in their writing. And so that's what we're going to look at today. Specifically, your reading practice is going to be regarding the Native American experience, and then we're going to read the Crucible next 6 weeks. And so that's going to be into the Puritan tradition, and it might also represent some of the early settlers, how they were writing too. So to get started, you should have in your class notes this page called Native American Values. If for some reason it's not showing up, it's just syncing problems. In the content library, there's the notes page, and here it is. And you can literally right click on it and copy it. And then you'll go into your class notes page, you'll put the arrow into the bar where the pages are, and you can right click and hit paste, and it'll paste it for you. The second page is called reading practice, and this is the final assignment, the part you're turning in, and this should be listed under homework, under your name. So you've got class notes and homework. So like it's not popping up, there it is, reading practice. What you'll do to turn in is you're actually going to practice recognizing traits, qualities that make something Native American, and then you're going to fill out this chart, and then you've got 2 of them actually you'll do, and these are pretty short, and then for your assignment you'll actually turn in the chart with its title, so I know which one goes with which, but you'll turn in both charts into Canvas. So let me walk you through a little bit of the qualities of these kinds of writing that are happening in early American literature. So, I think we've got a Native American writing style that we want to figure out how do we describe that style? What are examples of things that they were writing? And then do they write about like common themes? Do they, most of their work is typically about the same kind of themes. Well, we don't know because we haven't read it yet. And then we're going to do the same thing for early settlers and exploration writing. They have a lot of things in common. They have a few things that are different. And then Puritan writing. You know, what's the style of Puritan writing? What are examples of things that they were writing? And then what are some themes that they're always writing about? So that's for these notes. And this won't take more than 10 more minutes because I can't do a video longer than 15. So we're going to first look at the Native American experience here. And we're going to read this Native American experience in the literary style. So when the Europeans arrived, there were more than 300 different Native American cultures in North America, with strongly different customs and about 200 different languages spoken. Yet wherever they lived, in the smoky longhouses of northeastern woodlands, the well-defended cliff dwellings of the desert southwest, and the cedar-scented lodges of the Pacific Northwest, one activity was common to all: storytelling. So Native Americans, part of their culture is storytelling, which I totally love. The native North American cultures did not have a written language. Instead, a group's history, legends, and myths were entrusted to memory and faithfully passed from generation to generation through oral tradition. In the words of one Native American holy woman, when you write things down, you don't have to remember them. But for us, it is different. All that we are, all that we have ever been, all the great names of our heroes, their songs and deeds are alive within each of us, living in our blood. So, the stories that we're going to read obviously were written down. So it's important to note that the Native Americans probably didn't write down these stories that we're about to read. So the style of the stories is based on the oral tradition. And what that means is that these stories were spoken. They weren't written down. And so, especially when they're memorized, there might be some repetition or a musical sound to the reading because it's easier to remember that way. Just like a song has a repeated chorus to help us kind of chunk out that song, these stories might have traits to show that was originally an oral story. So specifically the literary style of Native Americans. So we're going to add on to here. The forms of Native American oral literature are rich and varied. Creation stories, ways to explain how the universe and humans came into being, can be found in every Native American culture. So we could add here, they often are writing about creation. That's something that they would discuss, and I say write about, they would tell stories about how things were made. So I'm going to put that into themes. Other forms include legendary histories, tracing the migration of people or the deeds of great leaders, fairy tales, lyrics, chants, children's songs, healing songs, and dream visions. So the kind of things that they're writing, we can write down. They're writing histories of migration, so where they've traveled from and like where they settled down. They're also writing deeds of great leaders. So that would probably be in a story form, like telling their adventures and conflicts and all that. They're also writing fairy tales, lyrics, chants, children's songs. And if you notice, I'm just pulling from the list here. Healing songs, and dream visions. So these are the kinds of things that if we find ourselves reading something and it sounds like it's a dream vision, it should be a little red flag. This might be a Native American story that's from early American writing. Tragically, much of this literature did not survive after so many Native Americans fell to European diseases. Some groups lost as many as 90% of their people, all of whom had a share in preserving the traditional stories. The surviving works, however, show that diverse Native American groups explored common themes in their spoken literature, including a reverence for nature and a worship of many gods. So if we're reading stories that really value and champion nature, or nature is its own like entity, we might be reading early Native American writing. Okay, so in a similar way, we're going to look through exploration and the early settlers. So we're looking for the style, like what are descriptions of the style, the examples of the kinds of writing they were doing, and then themes, like common things they were writing about. So, while Native American literature offers us a glimpse into the ways and values of America's indigenous peoples, much of our understanding of pre-colonial America comes from the first-person accounts of its early explorers, settlers, and colonists. The journals, diaries, letters, logs, and historical narratives of those first Europeans to view the American landscape describe in vivid detail its many sights and wonders as well as its dangers and challenges. So, in examples, they were writing journals, diaries, letters, logs, historical narratives. They were talking about dangers and challenges of nature. Sights and wonders of the nature. The first of these writings were the journals and letters of Christopher Columbus, which recounted his 4 voyages to the Americas begun in 1492. Columbus's adventures opened the door to a century of Spanish expeditions in the Americas. Incapable of visualizing the historical significance of his travels, however, he died disappointed, convinced that he had barely missed the cities of gold described by Marco Polo. His fascinating journals provide a vivid record of the most significant journeys of his time. Just over 50 years later came La Relación, the report by Alvar Núñez Cabeza de Vaca, one of the 4 survivors of the 600-man Narvaez expedition. This chronicled his 8 years of wandering through Florida, Texas, and Mexico. In it, he describes the landscape and people he encountered, as well as animals that were new to Europeans. So things that were being talked about is like new landscapes, new animals. So if we're like reading an account that sounds like this first-person account of new animals, this is probably from an explorer from early American writing. And then early settlers, the English settlers described their difficult and amazing new lives in letters, reports, chronicles to friends and family back home. Their writings helped people in England imagine what life might be like in the Americas. One of the most influential writings was A Brief and True Report of Newfoundland of Virginia by Thomas Harriot, which faithfully captured the area's natural resources, the ways of life of the Native Americans, and the potential for building a successful colony. It was published in 1588 and was accompanied by illustrations that helped thousands upon thousands of English readers form their first clear picture of North America. So, I'm going to pause this video right here, and I'm going to pick up because I'm not done.